Well, hello and welcome to Fit with Stairs. So, I promised that I'd be making a video to share um, the results of my medical checkup. So, I have it right in here, and I have my laptop here so I can also refer to a couple of things. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and we'll go through that. But before we start, first thing I'd like to do is thank God and appreciate the fact that God has put me in this situation to where I could actually get to share what I'm about to share. I pray every day, and when I pray multiple times a day, I ask for God to give me good health and good ending. So, and I'm a person who's generally very, what you call, charming. I talk, I joke, and all this stuff. I make humor of every situation. So that's me. Okay. And I lived in this house for 4 years. Okay. And it never dawned to me that I should use the stairs to exercise. I only thought I need to run around the house or go to the beach, which is just like 7-minute walk from here, or take my bike and go around. That was my only thing. But when it gets summer extreme hot, you don't want to do that. And when it gets to our winter, also you don't want to do that. So just almost a month ago, I just decided that, hey, I have stairs. Maybe I could climb up and down the stairs. And I started. And that's how this channel was born, to basically record me running up and down the stairs and get fit doing that and get to a point where I can look back after 1 month or 2 months or 6 months to see how far I've come ahead. I didn't know that this was actually good form of exercise. I didn't know that it is a recommended form of exercise. I didn't know that 100 channels like mine already existed, or 1,000 channels like mine already existed. And I did not even build the channel to compete with anybody. This is just for me. However, as the time is moving to this point, I feel like it should not just be for me. I would like for people to be impacted by it. Okay, I've never asked for subscribers. I'm still not asking for subscribers. But if my video can impact one person and change their life, that will be more than anything that I want. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to share some information today that is going to be life changing for some people. There's some terrifying information there, and all is good as long as you have a positive mind to accept it. Okay, so now that I've given thanks to God for letting me see that I have something in my house and answering my prayer, because God doesn't just put money in your hand when you ask for your money. He gives you reasons, He brings people around you, He gives you opportunities to earn that money. So I pray for wellness, and here it is. It's like, okay, start running the stairs. So I start doing it. So that is the thankfulness I'm there for. Secondly, for opportunity to be able to share what I'm about to share. But before I get into this thing, I'd like to share something that's actually happening to me because of this. So I have many health benefits. Okay. Number one is my stamina has gone up because I started by running up the stairs 24 flights 5 times. I go up, I come down and take rest 5 times, and then after 5 times, I take a 2 minutes rest, and then I run up and down again, right? 5 times. So that's 15 times. I'll do it sets of three. Now I'm doing between 18 and 20 times. That means that in less than a month, I'm doing almost 200% of what I started with. Okay, so my stamina has gone up, number one. Number two, my strength has gone up. I started off with a lot of jiggles, and the jiggles are less than half what they used to be. I only lost about 2.5 kilos, but even those 2.5 kilos are huge because there are changes around my body that the the mass is moving around. My wife had given me this shirt over 2 years ago, and every time I tried to put it, it was tight. But I just wore it a couple of days ago. Oh, it fits perfect. I was so happy to finally be able to wear a gift for my wife. So I've lost weight. I look in the mirror every now and then when I change in the morning, and I just noticed there was a bulge down below my legs, and I looked at it. It was actually my calves. My calf muscles have now become so big. They've never been that big, as far as I can remember. My legs are stronger because now when I ride to work, sometimes I take my bike to work. When I ride to work, I get there, I don't feel fatigued. My thighs don't hurt, my legs don't hurt. So I know that is something that's come out from this. Uh, Normally, I have these trousers. I've asked my wife to bring me some denims. She brought me beautiful jeans from the US, because 2 years ago I did a medical test like what I'm about to share, and I was overweight. I was 94 kilos. I was over obese, actually. I was very obese. I was 94 kilos. And so I changed my lifestyle, what I ate. I became almost vegetarian, and I had very high uric acid. So I stopped eating meat and this and that. So many things have happened, but I am much better shape internally than I was 2 years ago. So these pants that my wife brought me, sometimes I go to work just without wearing a belt, and I'm like, oh no, I can't get out of the house because the pants are going down. So I run for the belt, I put on the belt, and then I go out. So my waistline is also gone down. Okay. And talking about my legs being strong, I have a story I shared just recently that at work we have a bicycle that was brought in for repairs, and my technician goes out with it. It makes noise, and he fixes it. When I take it, there's still noise. I'm just cutting the story short, and he just can't find any noise anymore. So I put my iPhone, the same one that I'm using for record, I put it in the bottle cage and I zip tie it and I go riding, recording the sound. And I come back and I show him the sound. He listens to the sound. He says, indeed, there's noise. But later that evening, I realized that now my legs are stronger than his. He's a mountain biker, okay? And he was not able to produce that sound, and I was able to produce a sound. That means I have more thrust when I'm going down. My weight could be playing thing as well, but I think that was the main thing, that my legs are now stronger. So that is another thing that has come out of it. Normally, when I brush in the morning or at night, when I brush before I go to sleep, when I brush my teeth, I go in front of the mirror and I do this. I want to see, as I'm aging, what things look like. So I have this like dehydration marks, and these dehydration marks that are there have now gone down to about maybe reduced by 60%, which means that the stretch marks are going away all over the body. So this is the right form exercise as far as I'm concerned. And that's just very exciting. There are other things that I might have forgotten or I share in my other videos, but these tell me that it is working. Yeah, 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 yeah. So the side arms here, what they call them, Michelin tires, whatever you have, love handles. So I complained that they're not burning very quickly, but I was walking the other day and I had a tracksuit on. And as I was walking, normally I used to feel my stomach, those parts, I used to feel them as they bulge. Now I don't feel them. So this means they're burning down as I run down the stairs. So that's just fantastic. Those are fantastic results that anybody can be proud of. And so I'm now going to share very quickly my BMI from couple of years ago to now. Okay, so my BMI, like I say, back in the first time, that would be 2 years ago. Okay, my weight was 94, and I was 52 years old, same height, 170. My BMI was 32.5, 32.5. Okay, and then when I started this exercise, or 32.5, you're considered to be obese. Okay, when I started these exercises, I was 88, same height. So now my BMI is 30.4. Okay, 30.4, and I'm still obese. And so I went to the doctor, and he told me that when you come back, I need you to be below 30. I said, okay. Well, the next morning I woke up and I checked because I gave him my data when I started almost a month ago. I actually told him I think I've gone down from 88 to about 87 point something, but I didn't know. So when I checked yesterday morning, I was 85.6. My BMI now is 29.6. 29.6, and I've moved from being obese to overweight. So I'm very excited. I'm excited to be overweight. If you tell somebody else you're overweight, they'll be upset, right? I'm excited to be overweight. So that is another good thing that has happened. I'd like to share. Now I'm going to go to this report. Please, if you're watching this, watch till the end. It might be a stretch, but watch till the end because I'm about to share, like I say, some terrifying information that if you know, then you won't be worried about. Okay. So my doctor looked at this chart, okay, and he said, well, everything looks good. He just threw it aside. And then he takes the file and starts going through the other stuff. Okay, starts going through this stuff page by page. Okay, so the first thing that shows up there is your total leukocyte or something, WBC. It says 3.2.2. You need to be 3.22. You need to be 3.53 to 9.52. It's a little bit low, but it's nothing to be concerned about. And we go down, da 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 da. He says 3 months we check this, and then he looks at something else, and it's a little bit low also, and he says this is also nothing to worry about. And then he goes to the cholesterol. Okay, total cholesterol 228 mgdl, and this is borderline high because borderline high is between 200 and 239. But then he tells me your LDL is 135. Okay, high is between 130 and 159, so I have high LDL. My HDL is 70.10, and anything under 100 is considered to be good. Sorry, 40 to 60 is good. But he said, I'm not worried about that because you are over that. You have very good cholesterol is a lot, so don't worry about that. But your bad cholesterol is. So I looked at him and said, excuse me, doctor, I have bad cholesterol. I have cholesterol, first of all. How do I have cholesterol? I came to a hospital 2 years ago. I had no cholesterol. From 2 years ago to now, I changed my lifestyle. I'm eating differently, no meat. I'm almost a vegetarian, and all this stuff. What happened? He said, well, I said, I only eat fish now. After that, you take out my fish, what will I eat? I said, your problem is seafood. You love seafood? I said, oh, I love seafood. What I see, I eat. He said, that's what's giving you uh, your cholesterol. I said, no, 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 you didn't get it. It's just a joke. If I see food, I eat it. But like I say, I only eat white fish now. I don't eat any other meats. So where did I get this from? He said, it's probably in your family. Maybe you have a history of coronary heart problems. And I said, so, nope. My father's side and my mother's side, we don't have anybody that's passed away from coronary heart diseases due to all this stuff, cholesterol. Then he said it could be caused by your liver. I said, liver? That's supposed to be a good thing. He said, yeah. Then I said, okay. I told myself I'll look at it at home. Then I asked him, so tell me about my liver. He said, oh, your liver, everything is good. I said, so if my liver, everything is good, why am I having any problem? Why am I sitting with you? So he goes through there. And then I said, tell me something else. Then he goes down. He says, you're diabetic. I said, what do you mean I'm diabetic? He said, you, there is normal, which is under 5. And then the diabetes, it is 5.7 and 6.4. So you are 6.07. I said, well, I've been borderline diabetic for as long as I could remember. So I'm not really worried about that. Whatever you read, he said, okay, I want you to do something. Just check your blood for the next 12 days. Sometime you just have a spike. It just goes up and down. If it's lower than this, don't worry about it. What else do you see? He says your vitamin D. Your vitamin D is very low. I said, yeah, last time when I came 2 years ago, you asked me to take some. He said, yes. Did you? I said, I took for some time. He said, no, you need to continue it. It's so low that if you stayed in the sun for the next 3 days, you will not be able to get even a little bit of it to recompensate for what you lost. So I'm going to put you on something that you need to take. Once your vitamin D is back to the level that it needs to be, then you can stop it. I'll tell you to stop it. So I was like, okay. So I come home, I have a prescription for the first time in my life, other than Other than my, when I had earache or something, they gave me antibiotic. For the first time in my life, I have a prescription. One is for arteries, whatever it is that is cholesterol, and one is for vitamin D. So I take this thing to the pharmacist and I look at it, it says 50,000. I said, 50,000? If it's $50,000, I'm excited, but I've never had anything 50,000. Maybe I have lost 50,000 hairs. So she says, no, it's okay. You just take this once a month. Once a month? What kind of medication you take once a month? She says, yeah, some people take it once a week, but for you, it's once a month. So it's okay. Then I asked about the heart thing, which is similar to Lipitor. It said 10 mg for this thing. And she says, some people take it twice or three times a day. So for you, it's once a day. So that means there's nothing to worry about. So overall, everything's good. I'm glad that I went and did this check. I'm glad that I went and did this check. Now, I'm going to tell you why I got cholesterol. The reasons why I think I got cholesterol. Okay? So this is the important part of this whole report. The fact that now I can go back and change my life and do this and that, that's great. Oh, wait, by the way, I asked about uric acid. The last time I had uric acid, I had so much pain. So now what happened to my uric acid? My uric acid now is 6.0, which is in the middle between low and high, means of acceptable level. So now I can eat meats. Well, after I get rid of the cholesterol. But I can still eat lean meats, all right? So all is good. There's nothing bad. Now, what I'm about to share is what's going to say as to who and how they will get cholesterol. Okay? I went back to see what happened in the last 2 years that could have caused me to get cholesterol. I'm a jovial person. How did I get it? Right? Well, after the test, I lost 10 kilos. And within those 4 months after I did the test, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And I was with her all the time, and I was very happy to be with her because it's the first time in my life I could serve my mom. Okay? I could serve my mom. First time in my life, she actually let me touch her feet, kiss her feet, massage her feet. This is a big deal if you come from where we come from. Okay? So I was able to be with her for everything. I saw every doctor she saw, I saw every nurse she saw. Okay, and I was a cheerleader telling her all the things we were going to do when she recovered. Unfortunately, she didn't. And I didn't know that me sleeping in the hospital, where they don't give patients real rest. They come every 30 minutes and they look at this and they talk and they turn on the lights and they're loud, and the patient cannot really recover in such an environment. Anyway, there is that. And me sleeping in her house, which I was so happy to, because I was there to pay back. As a baby, your mom takes care of you. Now I wanted to see her, to help her go to the bathroom, just to stay there if she needed me. And so I did all these things and I was happy. I'm happy I was even there. During the time I was happy to do it. So I never thought that put stress in me, but my body was going through stress. Following that, I handled all the paperwork and stuff, still handling it. And then my wife got sick. And again, somebody else I love, and I was happy to help her. But I didn't know that is actually stress. I thought stress is when people say, "Oh, you're stressing me out." I thought that is what stress. Okay. But your body gets stressed, and that's how you build cholesterol. Okay. You could be physically good, you could be eating very good food and everything, and still you could be in a situation that's causing stress that you're not aware of, that's causing this to happen. So if you know somebody like me, please share this video with them. I don't even ask you to give me likes or anything, or to subscribe to the channel. But if you think it's going to help somebody, share the video with them, because cholesterol is a killer and it can creep in when you least expect it. So if you know somebody that has kids, divorced and suddenly divorced, and has kids, she is probably having stress. She could be physically fit, but cholesterol could be building up. Okay, so it could be a guy working, he got fired and he has to take care of his mom and all these other people, and he's just busting his head going to work, trying to do all this thing, trying to make ends meet, and it's not working. he's probably under stress. He needs to check. Okay, so if this video would reach to one person who would benefit from it, that would be more than enough for all that I've said, all that I've done. Because to benefit other human is more benefit to me than to benefit my own self. So I open this channel to the public, and thank you for joining. And I hope you benefited from this last piece of the video than anything else in the beginning. Thank you, and see you around.